Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
So once again, ma'am, good day, ma'am, Bridget Escatron. So this interview is all about the child abuse in compliance with our activity in multicultural education. So without further ado, ma'am, let's start. It is really inevitable for a student to experience on being bullied at schools. Sometimes we can't watch students in the classroom of child abuse. So if anyone has ever reported or you have personally seen or suspected that a child has been abused, what are your school policies or actions regarding this? How does he to this problem? And did ever happen at school? And how many cases of child abuse are there in your school? Regarding cases of child abuse, how are the students who are victims, especially and behavior in class? Where did you report the incident, or are they okay? If not, what kind of action did you or will do for them to be okay, ma'am?
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am Ma'am Bridget Statron of Matured National High School, Grade 8 Co-Advisor. Okay, so you have asked series of questions related to school bullying or um, child abuse. Okay, so number one, you ask about. Okay, let me see the questions. Okay, number one. Um, if anyone has ever reported or you have personally seen or suspected a child has been abused, what are your school policies or actions regarding this? That was the first question, right, Glenn?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so um, we know that all schools, public or private schools, have adopted bullying prevention programs. So we have school policies on child prevention. Okay, it is based on anti-bullying law. So provision of prohibited acts, prevention and intervention programs, and procedures. So, okay, so before the start of the year, students were informed of the anti-bullying law or what's that program of the school, so that the students are aware of what to do if they are bullied or what to do if they will be involved in that cases. So of course, as teacher, we set our classroom norms, discuss issues related to bullying, teach positive behavior, and provide them inclusive and caring learning environment. Okay, so that they will be aware. The second one, let me see the question. Okay, how does he respond to this problem? Or what do you mean? How does the school respond to this problem? Is it?
Yes po, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So once the teacher, the school knows about the problem, okay, of course it takes steps to prevent the bullying from happening again. Okay, maybe call the victim and the one who's being bullied, of course, separately. So the teacher will talk to the student that's being bullied and also call the attention of the one who bullies separately. Okay, then counseling is part of that, and of course, talk to the parents of these students. Okay, so next question. Anyone reported? What are you? And has this ever happened at your school? Yes, the answer is yes. Okay, the next question. Regarding cases of child abuse, how are the students who are victims? Okay, about child abuse, yes, I hear that there are cases like this in our school, but then this is reported to the guidance counselor. So I don't know about the details, what happened after that, because these things are very confidential. So it is only the guidance counselor who knows these cases. Okay, so next, where did you report the incident? Are they okay? If not, we can actually. Okay. So we have these cases, we report this to the guidance counselor. So I think the students are now okay. They continue their studies. Next. Okay, so I think that's all, Glenn. Okay, thank you.
Ma'am, thank you so much, ma'am, sa imo effort, ma'am, sa imo pagdala sa amo virtual na interview. Thank you so much, ma'am.
So, good afternoon, Mr. Anino. And once again, thank you, Ma'am Skatron, for your cooperation. Um, same
Welcome.
goes- Same goes with Ma'am Skatron. Sir, so sometimes you can watch students in the classroom are victims of child abuse. So if anyone has ever reported or you have personally seen or suspected that a child has been abused, what are your school policies or actions regarding this? How does you respond to this problem? And has this ever happened at your school? And how many cases of child abuse are there in your school? Regarding with the cases of child abuse, how are the students who are victims, especially on behavior in class? Where did you report the incidents on, and are they okay? And if not, what kind of action do you or will you do for them to be okay? Sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon once again.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Um, Regarding on the this matter about bullying, I haven't encountered this this type of incidents. However, when I was a volunteer teacher at Cantilan East Central Elementary School, I was able to experience this type of incidents where student where my student was bullied, and one of the effects of this bullying is that the performance of the students. So as what I have observed, so the students cannot be able, or the student cannot be able to comprehend on what is the question was all about, or on their behavior in the class, so maapektuhan. And one of the prevention that a teacher must have, or must integrate into the class, is the Anti-Bullying Act. So I'm always reminding my students way back years ago na it is not good to bully student, because it can affect the way the student respond to any of those problems that may encounter, not just in the classroom but in the daily basis, no. So before we conclude that there is really the bullying na nahitabo sa in a certain classroom, So we have to search facts, no? Mga tinuod na lang pa. We have to search kung sino ray na nakaakto pagtan-aw nga tagbuli ang bata. Kaya of course, um, bisan sino pwede man mo claim na tagbisidya, but we have to find facts, no? Much better if we have fact-finding committee na amoy magtan-aw kung tinuod ba gazud na tagbuli kay base claim ra lamang, no? So mao na siya. So the very point sa isa ka teacher isa na dapat i-integrate ang bullying prevention, and our school is also making initiatives regarding this matter. Actually kada school man siguro na ay gi-implement ng mga bullying prevention program, especially the guidance, no, sa mga guidance counselor, kay para di man sa malika dyan, but at least makuan siya, ma-listen on this case and mga cases ng bullying sa every school. I think that's all.
Thank you so much, sir, for your cooperation. It is a big help for us, for our group.
You're always welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. And once again, good afternoon.
Good day, Ma'am Vilma Munding. So this interview is all about the child abuse in compliance for our activity in multicultural education. So without further ado, ma'am, let's start. It is really inevitable for a student to experience on being bullied at school. Sometimes we cannot watch students in the classroom who are victims of child abuse. So if anyone has ever reported or you have personally seen or suspected that a child has been abused, what are your school policies or actions regarding this? How does he respond to this problem? And has this ever happened at your school? And how many cases of child abuse are there in your school? Regarding these cases of child abuse, how are the students who are victims, especially and behavior in class? Where did you report the incident? Are they okay? If not, what kind of actions do you or will you do for them to be okay?
Hello, good afternoon. For question number one, I guess if I were a teacher nor an advisor of one section and I've encountered a student being bullied, first of all, I will talk to him or her regarding to what's the problem and what's wrong with him or her and what really happened. And I will try my very best to make one of them fine again by means of sharing motivational words that refers to the bullying is a very bad doings and that this must be avoided to make a class fruitful and peaceful circle of learning. And if this will happen again, as a teacher, I will seek the consent of their parents to talk with them. And it is a sad reality that bullying, as that time goes by, it still exists. As a future educator in the near future, I really know what it feels. I really know what are the feelings of the students who've been bullied. And as I observe that they are so scared, shy, and feeling down, that this affects the rights of the students to learn. Why? Because they are so feel threatened. In other words, it is not okay. And in a school premise, there are also guidance councils that manage the peaceful school environment inside and outside. As a teacher, if this happened to me someday, as a teacher, I will seek the guidance counselor to talk to them, or if by means, I will seek the consent of their parents because we cannot use our position to talk to them harshly and harshly. That could lead too much to disappointment of the student and to both parties. We are teachers, we guide them to the right path of knowledge, nor cognitive or effective. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you so much, ma'am.